Politico pointing out that Secretary Buttigieg will visit their Ohio crash tomorrow. Quote, he's also expected to meet with DOT officials who arrived on the ground within hours of the derailment. They point out it's exceedingly rare for a transportation secretary to visit the site of a train derailment, especially one that resulted in no fatalities. And the reason they're pointing that out, it's fair, that's accurate. And there were train derailments in the Trump administration that actually had fatalities that didn't have a visit by Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao. But this seems to have some momentum about the administration and its reaction to this derailment in particular.
Well, make no mistake about it, Brett. The key thing always is what, if anything, is an administration obliged to do when something like this happens? And visits by officials are nice, but they're essentially political gestures. I mean, I don't think the administration's policy and actions toward East Palestine would be any different if more officials had gone there. At least that certainly doesn't make that necessarily so. And I think, the president's overseas, I completely reject the parallel that's been drawn between his going to Ukraine and not going, so far at least, to East Palestine. Let's remember this, Brett, about these issues. The federal government preeminently has the responsibility for our national defense. There's no private sector involvement in that except for the sense that they make weapons. There's no state and local government involvement in that. It is the federal government's job. And when the president is doing that job, he's doing the key and most and foremost task of his presidency. Now, he may ultimately go to East Palestine, and Pete Buttigieg probably would have done himself some good by going out there and might have made people feel better. But substantively, it doesn't make much difference. It's a political deal.